this week's episode of Talking Screw. I'm your host, John, better known as Dale Ronyak's Ben. Fantastic show for you. Black Friday sales are afoot. AFK issues in PvP, and the Beetle Racing event next week has apparently been teased, and a little bit more. But first, let me introduce you to my fellow hosts. He is a moderator over at MMO Champion and host of Zero to Hero on this very channel, and also Vote to Kick, both on Wednesdays here live, but also on our YouTube and also our website. He was being a family guy this past week, but returned to be that delivery man of knowledge this week. Say hello to Jim.
Ranked is still a shit show, but we're all used to that. So there's the knowledge bomb for the week. Hi, everybody.
Hey, you would know more than I would, but yeah, I heard your qualifier ones didn't fare so well.
No, I did fine. It's just the first match was terrible. Just I had thieves that were I had a Deadeye who just wanted to use rifle.
Ooh.
Like he just wanted to sit up on a perch and snipe, and he wasn't even focusing targets, so it wasn't even like he was being useful. So
Eesh.
I can
Sounds
see
like
that
he plays like me.
I can see the soulless stare coming from Age for that kind of behavior.
Speaking of Age, he streams over on Twitch where he answers the age-old question. How many new copies of Guild Wars 2 have you bought? Say hello to Age.
Well, I don't know how many copies I would have bought, but when I do, I hit record so that people can view it later. Hi, guys.
You definitely gotta show up live so you can rub it in even more. Well, let's jump right into it. So this past week, we were leading up to the American holiday Thanksgiving. So, and of course, infamously, everybody knows Black Friday usually follows. Well, leading up to this whole week, Guild Wars 2 actually dipped their toe in the water with some Black Friday sales, just like most retailers. Didn't start on Black Friday, so we can't fault them for that. But, these are ones that you probably want to get the news out as quick as possible. So the first one up that they had was from November 19th through December 5th. If you use the promo code Black Friday 50, so BLACK FRIDAY 50, and that's all together, no spaces, at checkout when you go to the Guild Wars 2 store. When you purchase the standard or deluxe version of Path of Fire, you will get that 50% off through the official site. So, I mean, pretty good deal.
Yes. Yeah.
And do remember, I think we always try to say this, if you put in you can use some of the affiliate or partner links, referral links, and they'll still get credit towards that. You don't pay any extra or anything like that. It's just kind of like, they know, ArenaNet knows that individual person sent you. So, if you have a favorite content creator and want to support them that way, that's a good free option if you're already planning on buying this kind of stuff.
Also, if anybody's wondering why they put this sale on Guild Wars 1, Guild Wars 1 is still a very solid game that holds up even to this day. Like even graphically, I mean, it is dated, but graphically the game still looks good. So,
well, that would be a great comment for that next bullet point of, because that was just for the Path of Fire one.
Well, screw it, I went into that anyways.
But this is an okay spoiler. This is like a reverse spoiler, because this is going to be if you're a fan of Guild Wars 2, this is technically a prequel for you. So from November 21st through November 27th, Guild Wars Prophecies, Guild Wars Factions, Guild Wars Nightfall, and Guild Wars Eye of the North, and the Guild Wars Trilogy are all 50% off on Steam. So, Jim, what do you think?
I think it's great, and it needs to be on sale. This has nothing to do with the next bullet point at all.
I was just gonna say, geez, you're just one step ahead. We'll get them all out of the way, and then we can talk about them. So
Does toss up the notes out or something?
as Jim's kind of showing off, Jim, where would you possibly get that?
Why, Deo? You can find this on the Guild Wars 2 shop on For Fans by Fans.
Oh man, but I'm a little tight for money, holidays and stuff.
Well, Deo, if you use the code HOHOTRON at checkout, you will get 25% off your purchase, as well as a free mini pet.
Ooh.
We've never sold out so fast in our entire lives.
See, that's the thing.
Well,
We're not
it better
selling
sell out
either.
fast because it's ending November 26th. Eh? That hurts you even more. But
Please
like
don't.
Malthana said, it's 25% off of Guild Wars 2 merchandise on the For Fans by Fans, and it is HOHOTRON, so HOHOTRON, and that's all one word, no space or anything. And like he said, you will also get that free miniature baby mount with your purchase. So, and it's not an actual mount; it's a miniature. I don't want people to look at the wrong thing there and think it's like a tiny mount that you're going to be riding around. You're not riding like a little moped.
Age, we have to make money before we can sell out.
That's true.
But yeah, overall, I mean, do you think these are some good sales? Good, like.
The For Fans by Fans one is good for me because I live in Canada and it gets the exchange of For Fans really big. So that 25% is actually really good.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's good. Why is my mic suddenly like hella loud?
I didn't notice much.
Sorry, no, it's probably entirely on my end. Don't worry about it.
Okay. But yeah, I do recommend if you haven't jumped into Guild Wars, maybe when there is slower lulls in like the content for you, like maybe you only play one of the game modes, and it's maybe between living stories or seasons or anything like that, and maybe hop into Guild Wars 1. It does play differently. I don't want to like fool anyone here, but you can earn some skins if you connect your Guild Wars 1. You do need Eye of the North, which is technically their only expansion. You can link that to your Guild Wars 2 account, and when you earn certain things, you can unlock certain skins for Guild Wars 2. So it's a nice little thing. Anything from armor sets to certain
The
weapons, mini pets, different titles as you progress. So
for any of you Reaper players that like Greatsword, the Fellblade is just an absolutely perfect Reaper Greatsword skin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely a good one. And the nice thing about those I think they're all freely transmutable, so you don't have to like bother with transmutation charges or anything. But any other thoughts on the Black Friday sales going on?
Yay!
Yeah, have fun with it.
Buy yourself 6 new accounts so you can roll in all those account rewards, the daily logins.
Jeez, if I had 6 accounts, by the time I logged into each of my like game playing time would be over.
Well, that's the thing is you can change the shortcut with shortcut commands. So you just go in, you edit the target of the shortcut, and you just put dashes in. You can put all your login information there, so you can rename the shortcut for each account.
I'm just saying, by the time I would log into each of them like a character, because me, I would probably have all.
You just need a few more computers then.
Ugh. I wish. Does that if I say I'm buying it specifically for Guild Wars 2 accounts, does that count as Guild Wars 2 merchandise that I can then get? No, 25% off on that. Darn. But yeah, you can get a lot of cool T-shirts that the community's made and stuff like that. So definitely check out For Fans by Fans before the 26th. So if you are watching this on YouTube, you'll still have about a day to maybe check something out. But yeah, besides all that, they also teased this week. They just gave us a quick little teaser of about Beetle Racing and how it's coming. It's basically says Tyrians start your engines next week, and on November 27th, which will be the Tuesday update, you're going to take your roller beetle out for some high speed fun. And what some people have noticed is these all look pretty much like locations of core Tyria maps. So everybody's pretty much 100% sure that it's going to be, beetle races on Corteria maps.
The Corteria maps are probably the best fit for a lot of beetle races, because one of the problems I have with like, obviously it would be a hell of a time to put a beetle race into any of the Heart of Thorns maps. Although now that I think about it, you could do laps around Auric Basin.
Auric Basin probably works.
That would probably be the best Heart of Thorns map for it. And then I'm sure somebody's like, I can design one for Tangled Depths, and I'm like, you're a bad man, go for it, but I'm not following you.
Yeah, maybe Dragon Stand.
Dragon Stand would be kind of cool in like a Big Blue from F-Zero kind of way, where it's not laps, it's checkpoints.
Yeah.
But or what if they did something like a Dragon Stand one that was at the very end when the map is closing down, where it just creates a wall that emits back out, where you have to like literally run to the end. So it's like if someone like gets blown up, they get caught.
Recreating the final mission from Halo 1.
Yeah. but with dragon magic and beetles.
Well, and Carnifex is right. Queensdale would be a fantastic racing map. Cassock's Hills going around the lake would be great.
Fields of Ruin.
Fields of Ruin, which I think one of those screenshots is from Fields of Ruin.
It definitely looks like it.
But just putting any kind of new content into the old zones, I think, is a great idea. Especially, like this is again going to be one of those things where like, oh yeah, you can use your mounts in Old Tyria. It's like this is getting them to use. This is getting the free players to see Path of Fire stuff.
Yeah, I was just going to say it's the same thing that we said for like when they brought the gliding into Corteria. It was like it allows people to go, oh, what is that? More so than, I mean, granted, you could do that with the mounts anyway, but now that it's like, oh, maybe they'll walk up to something and be like, oh, this is a race. Like, I'm curious if they're gonna have races and then like kind of with like the holiday ones where it's like you can rent one for the race, which might give them the taste, which might even be better. That
it would also be a great pun if there was a beetle race in Snowden Drifts.
For fun. What's also nice is that at least the Black Friday sale for Path of Fire will still be on sale around this time, so you'll have like 8 days to buy Path of Fire if you don't have it. But then you also have to buy the episode. So yeah,
well, if you've been playing,
yeah, I was gonna say, depending on how long they've been playing for.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But I do see chat saying the N64 box Photoshop that someone made on Reddit was pretty good. It definitely was. It was I think I used the same mock-up as basically Mario Kart.
Did somebody do a Beetle Race 64?
Yeah,
cartridge.
Well, I don't know if they did the cartridge. It was just the box art.
The box art, yeah. No, that's
usually is the same thing. It's usually plastered on the cartridge. But
I miss cartridges. Probably the only one.
I was gonna say everybody else is going to be like digital, and you're like not even saying I want to stick with discs. You're like I want cartridges.
Yeah,
I'm weird. I'm sorry.
Those times where you had to blow into the cartridge and then you had to blow into.
I grew up on the NES. I'm sorry.
I did too, and the Commodore. But anyway, yeah. So expect that on the 27th, and start racing. Now we're getting into cartridges versus discs.
Incidentally, on the YouTube channel, there is a vote to kick on physical versus cloud-based distribution of games, so you can go check that out. You can't vote in the poll anymore because that one's done. I think we need to figure out if we're going to keep doing that, Dale. But sidetrack. Continue on.
We can always revisit ones that if people want us to revisit them.
Yeah.
One down the road. Anyway, do let us know when you want us to revisit things. But yeah, shameless crossover plug. Hopefully you don't get mad about it that we're talking about it real quickly. But if you are, maybe we'll take it to the battlefield.
I hate that I knew you were going that way, and I.
Speaking of taking it to the battlefield, there's been another PvP kind of situation that people have been talking about. Funny enough, it's not about people actually fighting. It's about people AFKing in PvP. and it seems like it's been more frequent than ever. So, I mean, have you guys? I know, Jim, you were just doing your 10 matches and stuff. Did you notice more AFKers or?
Well, I only did 5. I only did
Okay.
5 matches. I'm 4-1. I haven't had a chance to finish them out yet, mostly because I don't want to give up on an 80% win rate. So there's that. I haven't noticed any people AFKing. There was one where somebody stopped playing, like they just stopped, but it was like the team was sub 100 points, and it was like 450 to 100 or 450 to like 90 or something.
Okay, yeah, you kind of stop playing with them.
Yeah, it's there is such a point in time where a game is truly lost, but I haven't seen the AFK problems, but I have experienced it previously where somebody like the team fight at mid at the very start, because generally speaking, what is common is one person from your 5-man team goes to the closest control point, rest of the 4 go mid. I've seen the mid fight go bad, your team wipes, and somebody rage quits. Both teams are sub 100 points on a first to 500 match, and they quit because, oh, this is a lost game because they lost the fight mid. Now, reading through the Reddit thread on this, people are talking about how it's potentially people on free accounts where they will AFK. They'll queue at about the same time their main account does, and then, you know, either DC or AFK to either protect themselves from the loss or to make sure that their team wins by making it a 5v4. I mean, that's possible since you can have 2 instances. I think you could have 2 instances of Guild Wars 2 running on your computer at the same time.
I've not tried that.
Neither have I. I can't be 100% certain of that, but I mean, then again, there are a bunch of people who have a desktop and a laptop, so just do that. But it comes down to the fact that I honestly think the report system needs to be better, and I think it needs to be managed better. I don't think they have enough people to go through the reports that they're getting. Because this Reddit thread has, like, this guy is talking about, I have a list of people doing this, and they have been playing for weeks, and they have not been banned. Mm-hmm. And then it gets into them talking about how to ban and whatnot, and then some ridiculous stuff about how it would be easy to circumvent certain types of bans, and I just... It's dumb. And it is I don't want to say it's a solved problem, but there are other like I've talked about systems in Guild Wars 2 before, especially with PvP when it comes to rewards. I think this was even the show 2 weeks ago that Age was talking about how it was like a mirror looking back at himself 2 years ago. Well, see, had a report option for leeching. The report system in Guild Wars 2 is bad in a general sense because there is no description box. It is pick a single reason from a drop-down and send your report off, and you have no idea what happens after that. There's
well, I
no
think
feedback.
That's why they're saying add a category for leeching, which would make it a more specific thing.
Even then, it's still just a single option out of a drop-down when someone could be ticking multiple boxes, and even then you could like copy paste specific stuff into a description box. Without that level of like oven beeping, sorry, I thought that was my computer. There's no real feedback from the system, so you don't know if your report is ever getting handled. Honestly,
isn't that like most reporting features? Like I don't remember in like WoW or something where if I reported someone, it told me, "Oh, hey, we took care of that guy." I mean,
well, specifically where it comes to PvP centric stuff, there has been a marked uptick in people getting feedback on stuff like that, if only because getting that feedback makes people feel better about using the reporting system because they have some kind of feedback to say that something's happening. So one, they're more likely to continue to use the report system, and two, they are less likely to do things that will get them reported. Also, with a more explicit reporting system, there's a better way to fill in context. So being able to like type, and then honestly, when people are like rage reporting someone, it's pretty obvious when that
All
happens.
caps.
Yeah, actually, from my experience dealing with post reports in the MMO Champion forums, when people are abusing the report system, trying to get someone in trouble, thinking it's automated in some way, it is very easy to have a person look at a false report and be like, yeah, that's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I see one of the main things that keeps coming up in this Reddit post is they're thinking of saying not letting free-to-play players play in ranked PvP. Which, do you guys think that's a good idea?
I'll defer to Age to this one, see what he thinks before.
It limits the access to rank is not the worst idea.
Don't you have to be rank 15 anyway?
Yeah,
Rank
but
20, something.
But still, like, it's not the worst thing in the world. Plus, you need to. I think it's rank 20, but I think it also like it doesn't prevent you from playing unranked. It doesn't help it prevent you from playing custom matches as well. But it's I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I have to really think about it, but I won't say it's a bad idea. Something you can consider.
I was gonna say my stance from it comes from like a kind of what the free to play is like an extended free trial type thing. Would you buy into Guild Wars 2? And this is what I would ask these people in chat, if you only got to play unranked, because half the time I hear unranked is a crapshoot. No ranked player touches it because it's such a crapshoot and all that stuff. Yeah, exactly. It's like
I play unranked on a regular basis, especially when I'm trying new builds. But honestly, I would very much prefer ranked to be the place where people are like, okay, I figured out my build. I'm going to actually attempt to win and work with my teammates. But we all know that doesn't happen 100% of the time.
Yeah. Honestly, I've been saying for a while that like reporting system was really bad. And it's honestly comes down to if ArenaNet wants to invest in a reporting system. I've literally said just copy the support thing in game and just make a reporting feature from that and just submit to, I don't know, a different section that handles it. And then it comes down to how they handle all those reports. I don't know how. I don't know how long it takes. But honestly, those are the two things that they kind of have to do.
I don't think limiting free-to-play accounts from ranked would... I don't think it would do anything to fix the problem.
Yeah, it mitigates it. It doesn't really solve it.
Yeah,
it's fixing
still getting abused, but
yeah,
who's to say that the person's not going to just wait for one of these sales, buy a bunch, and upgrade their thing? Or I'm sure you could probably go to get core Guild Wars 2 games that people are like brick and mortar stores are probably just trying to sell out that stock, so you could probably get it for cheaper.
Yeah, and then there's also the issue of just it's literally just the issue of handling reports and just kind of laying down, okay, if you do this X amount of times, you will get punished. Like, because if people honestly, if a lot of people feel like there's a bunch of AFKers, there's a lot of bots, there's a lot of X issue, and it seems like it's very persistent in your games, they're not going to play PvP. That's straight up. That's just what's going to happen.
Yeah. It's honestly one of those things where I just feel in a general sense, ArenaNet needs to invest more time and people and money into building up PvP. I think it is just suffering from a general sense of neglect. And
see, like, that's kind of the thing. Like, do they want to invest that effort and money into PvP like that much?
Yeah, because I mean, I'm sure their higher ups probably just look at it as they've already tried to invest into PvP and it failed. Now, it was a different situation and circumstances, but the higher ups probably don't see that difference.
I wouldn't say it failed, to be honest.
Well,
I
it didn't do as well as probably they would have liked, where it became
yeah.
an esport and
And
all
I
this.
hate
And
I hate to put this on on a team, but I want to say at the time they tried to do it, I don't think that the balance was good for it. The framework for the esports stuff was good, but at the time they were trying to do it, like I always talk about that one esports match I tried to watch, and people were getting excited when somebody went down. Like not a kill. It was during the bunker Condi meta where, like, right at the start of Heart of Thorns, and it was boring to watch. I would guarantee you PvP is, Jebro still casts all the monthly tournaments on his stream. And I think that's actually going on today, one of the monthly tournaments.
I think so.
And I don't agree that structured PvP was a mistake, Carnifex. I think it's there is something there worth saving, but it's whether or not they want to put the time, money, and people into it. So,
Yeah.
That's just like a general thing at this point.
Yeah, to me,
okay.
well, I was just gonna say, like, to me, a decent reporting system is a good investment, not only just for PvP but for the game in general. And then when it comes to balance, it really comes to it. I've said this multiple times. It's MMO balancing, right? It's not actual. It's not like League of Legends or Overwatch where the core focus is PvP. It's going to be different. It's not going to be like that. It's not going to have that 2-week or a month cadence thing where people are constantly fixing things up. It's going to have that wait time, but at the same time, you kind of have to balance in a way that doesn't inherently break the game. And you know, they try their best, obviously. Like the Runa Sanctuary thing last week was pretty crazy, but they fixed that right away. But it all comes down to just how much you want to invest in the game mode.
Yeah. And I am curious to see where each game mode ranks for their probably development cycle. Or I would have to say even break it up, because if you said just PvE, War v World, and PvP, probably PvE would be on top because you have dungeons, fractals, raid, like, so it would probably have to separate those out, and then, you know, open world and
yeah.
But yeah, I'm curious to see where the SPVP would be in that list for them. But because I honestly feel like there's probably the people that probably make a good bit of decisions, most of them probably are just looking at it as, we've tried that and it didn't work, which I think it's, you know, like what I think you guys are hinting at, it's a different beast entirely right now. Sure, it's not going to be an esport out of the gate. That was kind of the folly of that. But, you know, it's, if you build a good system, people will go to it, especially if it is like kind of like what you're saying, all along the lines of, I know it's not going to have the quick update cadence that main PvPers are going to expect, but, you know, you're talking about League of Legends, stuff like that. Theoretically, you could get into ranked as a free-to-play player. I mean, at this current time, it's so that would probably be an enticing thing for most PvP centric players that are like, oh, I can hop in and be a great player for no cost.
Most major online PvP games right now are free to play.
Exactly. That's
so. Wait, Dale, you're saying if you build it, they will come?
Yes. Any other thoughts on PvP?
It's a tangled mess to fix. Well, it is a tangled problem with many different things that would need changed.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the new maps. They look really cool, but I feel like focusing on some of the core issues that's been happening for a while need to be addressed.
Yeah, I would like to see like kind of what we're talking about was getting in general, I mean, this will benefit every aspect of the game, is a good report feature. And I know we've talked about that in the past too, but yeah, hopefully we'll hear more about the, maybe they'll have a solution for AFK PvPing. I mean, come on, I don't PvP and I wouldn't even do that. Come on, people, grow up.
That's why you don't PvP.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, because I can't AFK. But yeah, so hopefully we'll figure out some more from that. But another thing that popped up on Reddit, some people were brought up this topic that maybe some people don't even remember. So they basically said dungeons are unfun because the most efficient way to do them is skipping as much, contest, I'm assuming content, as efficiently as possible. And they kind of go on about, and this has been a problem throughout the whole thing, but real quick, for people that aren't aware, dungeons, they're kind of like these longer, more narrative-focused fractals that are actually located in specific places in the Corteria maps, in case you're...
They exist. They're not just legends.
Yeah.
Or stories told by old-time players.
Yeah. So, they kind of go on Reddit and are talking about how, it's inconvenient. They had to, run Ascalon Catacombs for monk runes. They found the paths fun, but the worst part was the few individuals who did the dungeons before would run past things, and ones who weren't experienced enough ended up getting left behind, killed by monsters, traps, you name it.
Yeah. Honestly, it feels like at the moment there's only like 3 general groups that run dungeons. The people who know the paths and all the little tips and tricks and things like that. There's the new players who just want to go in and experience it, obviously, and then there's those people who want the achievements. And I feel like those are the 3 general groups of people who actually go in there. And unfortunately, dungeons aren't really balanced as much. Maybe they'll throw in like the one off random.
If they find something that's like incredibly broken that's getting people like value or something, they'll probably.
But otherwise, it's just like they don't really do anything about it. And this dungeons have always been brought up every now and then. It's just like I've kind of just given up the fact that they'll ever go back to them, which is unfortunate because I think the reason is because they require narrative. Even though people just want to run through it, it does have a narrative. It does have stories. It does have branching arches that go into it. So it requires a little bit of extra work. So not just, and well, actually, if you compare it to Fractals, it's not a branching narrative. It's just one straight up narrative. Maybe like 1 or 2 pathways are slightly different, but.
Well, the bigger issue is like the longer form of it, I would think.
I guess so.
My question is, you're talking about the longer narrative of it. I mean, they kind of do that for raids now. I mean,
raids are also a whole nother time investment. They have basically taken the before, at the start of the game, there was just dungeons. There was the story mode, and there was the 3
usually
paths
3 paths
of the dungeon.
Some I think some did have, wasn't the last one 4?
3 or 4.
Majority were 3.
But what they did with that is they took the shorter gameplay focused aspect of it, and that's Fractals now, and they took the long form story aspect of it, and that's raids now. So you have this kind of chasm in between where dungeons used to be, but they require more effort than Fractals, but they're working on the Fractals, and they require less effort than raids, but people want raids more. So it's kind of that pulling apart of the aspects that made what dungeons are. As for dungeons being unfun because people want to skip content, I played World of Warcraft before getting into Guild Wars 2, I was a tank. I got yelled at by DPS whenever I would pull packs that I could potentially skip.
Oh,
I
man,
got yelled at, like all caps raged at for pulling packs that could be skipped. This has been a problem with MMOs since the dawn of MMOs.
That's the problem is, like, I know a lot of people would say, like, well, mark you're looking for group as, you know, a casual run or something, but it's like, these are more than likely, it's like people that are trying it for the first time aren't gonna be aware to do that. Like, running the dungeon in full should be the norm, not like you're the one that's changing up the process. So why you should be the one that's putting the speed run or whatever.
It's honestly one of the same issues when we talk about meta in raids, in that people are talking about how to do things the most efficiently. And in dungeons, that would be skipping packs that you can skip. And in raids, that's doing as much damage in as short a period of time. So you have to go with the highest DPS raid comp. Now, do you need that to clear it? No. But it nets you the shortest time. So it's people looking for efficiency, but like getting angry when other people don't want to play the game the way you want to play it without informing that person that, hey, this group is a speed clear group. Like Deo said, you're the one who's changing the formula, not them, for wanting to go through the dungeon and fight their way through things. So
yeah, and you're taking the risk of pugging it. Like, that's how it goes. Like, if they don't clearly define that it's a speed running group, you should just assume that it's, I don't care what the, you know, like you're saying, the meta or the stigma of the efficiency. And I'm not going to defend the person saying, you know, because they're saying it's unfun because the most efficient way to do them. Because for some people, the fun is the efficiency, which,
oh yeah,
cool.
Speed clear is great. Like, go for it. If that's what you're into, go for it.
Yeah, definitely not like saying like, yeah, they should wipe all that out. Like, they should, you know, but yeah, that's the way you want to play it. Just somehow put it in there that's you're the one that's making the change from the regular purpose of it.
So I think I even dealt with that in PvP when I watched someone get yelled at because they were playing Scrapper or something. Like I can't remember when it happened, but at the time it was a spec that was just really not doing fantastic in PvP. And somebody on our team yelled at the person for playing the spec. Just, you're in ranked PvP, which is solo. And I think this was during the solo queue only season. So it's like, you're in solo queue. Work with what you've got or stop playing ranked. That's it.
Yeah,
that's how it works.
If they're not throwing, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Like, as long as the person is actively trying to play the goddamn game. It's like when we used to see people getting yelled at in overworld stuff, and it's like, the only thing in Guild Wars 2 overworld is if you are not dying, you're doing fine.
Or if you're break CC. Just CC. That's all I ask.
Learn what the blue bar means. That's all I
ask. That's all I want. You do whatever you want.
Someone also recommending make the story mode of a solo mode like they did with the last Dungeon Courtier. Please don't let that be the solution of removing more dungeons. Like,
that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to remove content.
And the reason they only did that was because the last dungeon actually was required for the story at that point. So that's why they made it solo.
Oh.
So the other ones, they triggered at certain levels, but they weren't a part of the main story to progress it.
Dungeon lives matter. Yes, Magnus. Thank you.
And, you know, that kind of goes back to maybe even a better system for LFG. Like, I don't know, do we have like a tag system, almost like you could put like a tag of like underneath the title, like if you do a YouTube video, or like if you ever see the Twitch dashboard where it's like, you know, this is a casual run, this is, not
No
like
tagging system, but I think I've seen people doing stuff like I've seen some tagging systems on subreddits where they'll put like tags in brackets
yeah.
so
Yeah,
that
I've
you
seen
can
like in the
like,
titles and stuff, people put like speed run, or I'm just trying to think of a way that makes it.
honestly the LFG system needs work because if they're going to add another category for every map that they add to the game, it's going to become very unwieldy very quickly, which I think it's already reached that point.
Yeah.
Because if you want to find a silver waste run or a like a silver waste run or a dry top run where people are trying to coordinate, that's just in open world.
Yeah.
If you're trying to like open world, it encapsulates everything that is not a Heart of Thorns or Path of Fire map. Which
Yeah,
is a lot of maps.
I'd like to see like a designated tagging system, kind of like Twitch has with their thing, where you can't just add any tag you want like YouTube does.
Mm-hmm.
It has like ones where it'll suggest you to like start typing in, like, oh, casual playthrough, or it's a PvE centric thing. This is for Twitch, of course. So maybe have stuff like that where it's like speed run, farming, so people could easily go to like a thing and search like I just want to farm and a particular map, and it will just bring up all the farming things.
The problem is with that is the tagging system Twitch has I know a lot of people are irritated with it because there are categories that they want to put that specific for them, but they don't have it anymore. So that's kind of the problem with that.
Yeah, true. That is the one downside. I was having issues with that the other day when I was trying to do something myself. I was like, well, I'd like to put this in there, but I don't know. I just think it's a way, at least for in a game, you could theoretically put those things in, and hopefully they would keep up to date on it or something along those lines, so you could easily search for those things and make it more readily available. But they need to add better loot to dungeons, maybe a rare dungeon fusion that'll pump some life into them. Fusions are the carrot that most chase after. I was gonna say, didn't they? Well, they did that with they basically put ascended rings in or something if you did the achievements, if I remember, a while back.
Really?
I think if you complete like 3 dungeon paths in a day, you get 5 gold or something like that.
Well, but I thought there was I thought there was something like an ascended something that was like per the dungeon, like if you did like all the achievements in the dungeon or something like that.
Oh, is that a unique ascended?
I think so.
Because honestly, I don't think it really matters at that point because you can easily get rings to you can get ascended through like raids, World, PvP, fractals, raids, guild missions, if accessories. There's like a ton of easier ways, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think this was before even raids and stuff, so it was like
So right now, there's really no incentive to go for ascended, like the achievement if you want the ascended thing, if there are like easier ways to do it.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Magnus, is I think they went back and added that as there's ascended accessories for collecting all the weapons and armor from each dungeon.
So doing those tracks. Okay.
I wasn't sure. I was trying to remember what they were, but I knew it was something attached to the dungeons. But yeah, thank you, chat. But yeah, like you said, there's an easier way to go about getting probably those. And
I'm not gonna lie, I like Magnus's thing for an aura infusion.
Yeah,
that would get people to run it, and then you'd also get people running it.
I was just saying, get speedrunners.
I would just say I have to do every dungeon, every path to get that infusion.
I mean, just a guaranteed once you do every path.
Yeah, just do it. Just complete every path.
Then every person would get that every person who has Dungeon Master would get it, and that wouldn't put anybody back into it.
But then they would see it, and then if they want it, they have to go get it.
Yeah, but then it's just a one and done. Like people run through the dungeon and they're done with it. Like we're talking about ways to get people into the dungeon and keep them running it as like content.
I guess it could be like another set of achievements, I guess. But
like putting it in as a unique loot drop.
Double Dungeon Master.
Yeah, putting it in as a unique rare drop. Because honestly, at Infusion,
any like It doesn't matter which one you run as long as you run one.
Well, I would say that like since there are themed armors for every dungeon, like there would be a specific like an Ascalonian Catacombs infusion. Maybe that gives you like, although I think the ghostly blue thing is already Halloween stuff, so like maybe it has like a faux fire aura to it. That would be like the AC one.
Okay,
Voice told Dungeoneer.
dungeon specific infusions. Okay, that's better.
And then that would be like a random drop. Maybe, and they could even do it like the Battered Hilt from World of Warcraft. For those who don't know, that was a drop from a trash creature in all of three of the dungeons that
so
were.
many people.
Oh, it would. The people
That's
hated
amazing.
the Battered Hilt, but I would ask at the start of every dungeon run during the Icecrown Citadel patch if people needed the Battered Hilt, and then I'd pull everything.
Well, I'm just
Because I
saying, if
wanted to
they
help
stuck it in a trash mob drop, like, ooh,
Yeah.
I'll do
that's
it.
just
I'd say do it.
speed
Got
run
it from
that,
any-
you son
any-
of a bitch. What?
Yeah.
You're just doing this out of spite. Like when
I
we
just think that would be hilarious if they put it in a trash mob, since like the speed runners would run past them. It's like,
honestly, Deo, I swear you do so many things out of spite. Like when we started screwing up the tower farming it in Frostgorge.
oh yeah, if someone's trying to ruin other people's fun, I'm like, well, time to ruin your fun. And I like when you're talking about WoW back in the day. I was gonna say, I remember when I played Wrath of Lich King. When me and my buddy, I was usually healer, he was tank, and people would be like, "You're doing it like I'm running ahead," and I'm like, dude, let him run ahead. And I'm like, and he starts running to a pile. I'm like, I ain't healing him. And I was like, keep tanking this guy when it comes out here, you know, because Wrath of Lich King, you could kind of kite like 5 rooms and be fine. But it was like, yeah, if he wants to do that, go for it.
The number of times I've watched healers let people die in many games is because the DPS are doing stupid stuff. And I'm like, that healer enjoyed that. They enjoyed that. So my wife is one of them. She did that to people, and I watched her laugh. I watched her laugh at them.
Mm-hmm. And I love when they would get like frustrated and leave, and I'd be like, especially when they're DPS, I'd be like, enjoy your like 30-minute queue at best. And
Yep.
I did in League. If people did stupid things,
Let them die.
let them die.
if only you dropped from Pits of Sorrow in like the first couple weeks.
I actually,
Yeah, they fixed it so that it dropped from all of the trash from all of the dungeons. But
No.
actually,
I like that idea of like special things potentially dropping out of the trash mobs, because that kind of incentivizes people to fight the trash.
Yeah. Oh man, that healer story reminded me of a different story. It was literally because like there was 3 people tower diving, me and my ADC, and I just saved my ADC, has no health bar left. Jungler comes out of nowhere, tower's about to die. I look at my jungler jumping the 3. I look at my ADC. I'm like, yeah, I'm going with you. I just
oh wait, so your jungler dove into a 1v3 when you were both near dead?
Yeah.
What a moron.
Yeah.
Okay, back to Guild Wars 2. But I actually like Lemon Lore's idea.
Yeah, I was
is
just gonna
adding
say
rune mats to dungeons. Yeah.
that would be a good idea, since
Weren't Holbreck runes require don't Holbreck runes require Azurite orbs, and you can only get those out of, I think, the rare drops out of the ascended material converters and mining in the dredge fractal.
I have no idea.
I think that's
I'm
the
not
only
sure.
place you can get Azurite orbs, because those are from season 1, right?
I don't know if you could buy them from Fractal Vendor.
I don't think you can buy them. I don't think you can buy them at all. I think you can only get them from mining in that. So put Azurite orbs on the dredge in Sorrow's Furnace.
yeah, I think that's an awesome idea. Is like put the rune materials on even trash mobs and stuff. It just maybe exclusively just in dungeons, being like, because it's not a requirement. You can still get it in other aspects, but that does breathe some life into that, and also incentivizes people to kill everything. You can
And then
still
it's-
speed run if you want, but
You only get the Azurite from the fractals or the mod reconversion thing. Okay, thanks, Tavik. But it's exactly like they did with the map rewards, where you can look on the map, you can say, I need this specific thing, and you can look at the dungeons and be like, I need this specific thing, and you go farm the dungeons. maybe do something similar to the map reward thing and give like a participation meter in the dungeon or something like that, so that you get better rewards at the end of the dungeon based on everything you did throughout the dungeon.
Yeah. I don't know. I have no objections. I saw. I think Fenrir said it earlier. They're never going to add new dungeons. I think we're all fully aware of that. Like, pretty sure that's never going to happen unless a big change happens in Arena, like, you know, just philosophy wise. But I think, yeah, dungeons are the way in the past. But I like the idea of still making them useful, because right now they're kind of just wasted space content on there that probably a fraction of people still do.
Mm-hmm. We're talking about this in terms of if they ever touch dungeons, by the way. So
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Which 95% sure that they won't.
It's a pipe dream.
Yeah.
A dungeon specific legendary ring. While I would like that, I would be surprised if they went that route when they still have fractals and raids. But I like the idea. More options of getting something that someone might want.
And that would be a legendary ring with you know, the particle effects that would be available to people who just have the core game. I kind of like that idea, actually.
That is actually,
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
But that's
add golden trolls. That'd be funny too.
golden trolls.
I'm guessing kind of like goblins and
loot goblins.
I'm guessing. I don't know, maybe
add random treasure scrit to dungeons.
That'd be shiny.
Yeah, now that we have the new raid, like maybe Zomaros portal opens, or you see the little loot goblin thing. It tries to run from you and tries to disappear into a portal into Zomaros' realm.
Yeah, Skrit are pretty much the treasure goblins of Killers too. Like they literally have that mechanic in open world, so I don't see why not. Skrit, yeah, that's it.
And then the Skrit can randomly path into an area that you haven't cleared yet.
Oh yeah, I can see it just as going into like a group of full of things. It's like crap.
Like crap, we didn't clear that yet.
Oh.
I think that all cool ideas that it would be nice to see go into it, but just give me capture the flag for PvP more.
That's a whole list of requests.
Yeah, I would like we talked about in the past. Would love to see other game types with PvP. I know personally for me, you know, like capture the flag. I mean, basically the stuff they have now is kind of like domination. I think we were talking about last week, almost like having maps where you would have like an assault and defense type thing, where one side tries to break into a group of, you know, a fortification quickly, and you switch sides, see how the other side does it. If they can do it quicker, you know, whoever does it the fastest, they win the, you know, point or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, no, all great stuff. Hopefully that stuff somewhere coming down the line, you know, who knows. But any final thoughts on, you know, the dungeons and trying to make them more fun?
They would need actual update and support from the devs. I like a lot of the stuff we were talking about here, but whether or not that's actually a thing that happens, I don't know.
Yeah.
It would be great, but
if anything, it might only get relegated to kind of like we had the action cam, like someone on their spare time figured out a way to do certain thing or add the thing or the code. I just don't see it as a main thing that would be put on their list, unfortunately.
Also, I realize that I feel like we've been putting a lot on the, you know, on ArenaNet's plate of like, yeah, they're probably never going to do this. I think they make a good game. I'm going to go out and say that. Like, I think ANET just makes a good game. There's so much to do and only so many people to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's just that they focus on fractals and raids instead of dungeons because that's the focus that they want to go with for the future of the game. That's
You have to narrow your focus if you want to get anything done, because if you try to do everything at once, nothing gets done.
You become Star
Yeah.
Citizen.
I still don't think that game is ever going to see a 1.0 release.
the game has to come out.
Like, isn't it in like backers beta? Like you can play it.
I think I recently got an email. We'll talk about it later, but I think I got an email about like that made like a buttload of money record thing.
Is that the official title? The buttload of money record?
No,
I'm pretty sure buttload is an official measurement.
yeah, I'm just like I haven't tried. I'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it during after show. Which that's why if you're watching this on YouTube or somewhere else recorded, pays to show up live. But speaking of maybe you have a buttload of gems, and it's just what am I gonna do with this buttload of gems? You could spend it in the gem store. I'm worried that you found something.
A regional English measure of capacity of a heavy cart, a butt containing 6 seams or 48 bushels, equivalent to 384 gallons.
All right.
That
So
is
yeah, if you have a
buttload.
buttload of gems, there you go. You have a ton of gems to spare. So, maybe throw some money into the gem store. And speaking of the gem store, thank you to Dolphin.net. Check out Dolphin.net so you can spend your gems more wisely. The first and only kind of new thing that we got was the pet dog whistle, and I think it's Basenji. Saying that. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but I'm sure someone will correct me.
Nope, Basenji is correct.
Okay. It is 500 gems. It is classified as a novelty item and will fall under the toys category. You cannot have it out and do combat at the same time like a regular pet, as your weapon skill bar gets converted to a toy bar. And as you can see here on Dolphy's video, every time you play with it, it learns a new trick, and it basically learns one new trick a day after you play with it. So, but yeah, you can pick that up for 500 gems, and it is only that particular dog. Who knows if this is popular? You might see other ones, or
I just want to know how fast Taz and Gnarly bought this.
If she played the game more, she probably would.
Wow.
Arlie probably jumped on this, but this is nice. Part of me wishes that there was more like this. The concept behind this just has my mind racing, but that's more me as a tabletop player of training an animal to do things for you. And I'm just like, hey GM, what can I teach my dog to do? And I can't quite get that in the video game. So
I don't know. Like I said, it's a toy item. If that's your type of thing, I just personally, for me, don't see like a huge use in it. Because granted, there's really no use at this point. It's just a little
It's
play
for
time.
the dog lovers, Dale.
it's for somebody who wants a cute dog pet.
I was gonna say, I'm a dog lover. I ain't no
Yeah.
cat person.
But the dog lovers that actually buy all the dog items in the game, because I imagine that they made this because of all the items that they've sold recently that have been dog themed do pretty well. This is the only reason I can think, because this is like the first of its kind, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the closest thing that this is like, it looks like it kind of uses the same tech, but it's just like a mobile version, or a version that you can use anywhere, is, what was it, Living Story Season 3, whatever, when you're training Aurene up and you can play fetch with her at,
The instance,
Mm.
yeah.
I guess it would have to be 3. 2
Yeah,
is leading
3.
up to it. But, and I do agree with what Tavik saying in chat is, about time they gave people who like dogs something instead of adding more cat stuff. I'm all for that, yeah, because I am not a cat person. Maybe you take this in and your dog will chase all the cats in your home instance. Now, that would be-
What about all the people who like llamas?
There's PvP for you.
What about the llama pet? The llama whistle. Come on.
The llama mount skin, the llama rush. I've been asking for a llama rush for like 3 years now.
I'm legitimately surprised they did not put a llama rush in, but I'm pretty sure that the guild content is dead, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's another thing we can talk about later. But
Maybe you'll be able to buy one in the gem store. Guild content.
Ugh. One guild content, please.
Yes. But yeah, you can pick that up for 500 gems. Like I said, you unlock each new trick once a day, so make sure to play with your dog at least once a day. Also some
Please play with your dog more than once a day if you have a real dog. Just putting that in as the disclaimer there.
yeah, this is the digital dog only. But some stuff that was put on sale for like Black Friday and stuff like that. November 23rd till November 25th. So, that's at 8 a.m. Pacific. So if you're probably watching this on YouTube, it probably just ended. So that, once again, that's why it pays to show up live. But you can actually get the Black Lion chess keys at 20% off. That's 1 for 100, 5 for 359, and 25 for 1,680 gems.
They're their age. It'll be okay.
I was gonna say, has anybody picked up any during the sale?
I hate you both so much right now.
Why do you hate me?
Because you laughed, actually.
It was a sympathy laugh.
Mine wasn't.
I don't need your sympathy laugh, no offense.
Age bought a lot of keys.
Keys.
Right before what was it? 290 keys.
200.
Holy crap! I didn't know it was that many. Now I slightly feel bad, but you know what? You did your little intro, Burns. So ha 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 ha.
Yeah, that's fair. I wanted to meme, but like I got memed 2 days later. So I did the math, and the difference is like 70 keys or 4,800 gems. And that's when I did. Yeah, so it's kind of like I sent a support ticket yesterday, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, usually they're pretty good about that. So hopefully, that's.
I sent them the math too. I'm like, I can't ignore this. That's
No, Eric. Age has a risk-taking problem. It's not a gamble. It's a risk.
I'm not actually. I'm working a lot of overtime. I'm just like, I want to come back in Guild Wars 2 and have fun. Why not just throw money at the screen?
See, this is the problem when you work development and you're on a death march. Is you make a whole lot of extra money. You don't have any time to actually spend it on anything.
Yeah.
But there was nothing really I wanted for Black Friday, so I'm like, yeah.
Well, hopefully that gets sorted out for you. Hopefully in your favor. But yeah, you can. Like I said, we're in the couple final hours here, so if you're watching this when we do it live on Saturdays, you should be able to pick it up if you would like for 20% off. Fortunately, if you're watching this on Sunday when it comes out on YouTube, you missed the sale.
Toss cares.
Oh, she's trying to do challenge modes on Beat Saber, so.
If it wasn't for Black Friday, I'd probably not get back into Guild Wars 2 and stream the same game for so long. Yeah, we were talking about the sale earlier. I mean, I'm glad. I think I did see some people reply to that a lot more people were hopping back in to try it, which is definitely good because definitely POF with the mounts kind of changes up even the core game and hot and how it plays. So
yeah.
So I'm hopefully everybody that has hopped back in to return is enjoying it. And actually, that's not all. If you need to play catch up, on sale till November 26th is Living World Season 2 Complete Pack and Living World Season 3 Complete Pack. And that's just, I think that's just on sale. There's no discount on it. But if you do have if you do have it unlocked, like certain chapters unlocked, they should fluctuate the price for that.
Yeah,
so
they do.
Yeah, that is one nice thing about that. And the way you do unlock them is if you were logging in during the time of that sale.
Oh, good guy. When you buy the season pass, basically with the Living Story, every chapter that comes out, you have to be playing in order to unlock it permanently, or you pay 200 gems to unlock it if you missed it. It's not pay to finish the quest, it's more pay to unlock the quest. So you're effectively buying a mission pack, if you want to put it that way. However, the every chapter of the living story has items and achievements. So honestly, you make your gems back in both AP and stuff you get for completing the quest or for completing the living story chapter.
And normally, don't think you're going to be doing that going forward. As long as you log in during that time frame. So if you logged in right now, what episode are we on? I know it's season 4. It's episode 4.
Episode 4. Yeah.
So you actually have episode 4 unlocked, scot-free for free. Now, episode 3, 2, and 1 for season 4, you do have to pay since you weren't in playing during that window. If you did just start back.
It is to take what you asked. Is it side quest or paywall main quest? It is technically paywall main quest.
Yeah.
In the strictest, technically correct kind of way.
It's bridging the gap to.
But it is 100% worth it. The price is there. It's good.
Yeah, it's definitely bridging the gap to the next stuff. And the nice thing is, granted, you would have to act fast now with the ones being on sale right now, but you can buy them individually. You'll just pay a little bit more. But it is 4 gems. You could theoretically, if you're playing the game, farm the gold, switch it over to gems. And so theoretically, you wouldn't have to pay anything if that is how you want to do it. But it is the main quest of bridging the gap between, basically season 2 bridges the gap between the core game and Heart of Thorns. Season 3 kind of bridges the gap between Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire. So while it is a main quest, it's not absolute. I don't think it's absolutely horrible. Like if you want to get the story fleshed out, it is. But they kind of recap things as you go through the, POF or anything like that. So
the main game and the expansions, think of them as movies. And the Living World seasons are pretty much a season of a show that leads into the next movie.
Yeah.
That's actually the best way I can think of to describe it. That's a good one, Age.
Well, that's, I think, how they designed it. They talked about how it was like a television thing, and that was back with Leah Hoyer, wasn't it? Like, I remember how she used to talk about it like that.
Yeah. No movie next year, though.
But we're getting another season, so
that's okay. They got renewed
now
for
that
another
you're
season.
back in the game, just make sure to hop in. And you don't even have to have like POF to theoretically unlock it. So if there's someone out there who's still on the fence and just has core, just hop in. It will unlock that story. You can't play it, but it'll unlock it once you do theoretically unlock POF.
Yeah. So like right now, Path of Fire, like you had the Path of Fire main story when the expansion released, and now season 4 is the TV show between the Path of Fire movie and the next expansion movie.
Actually, he actually put it in the best way possible. If you've been watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers movies, it's pretty much like that.
Oh, yeah.
I need to catch up on S.H.I.E.L.D.
Careful.
Don't remind me on all the things
Disney's
I need to
going to buy you.
Honestly, if Disney buy them, they have a lot more money to do stuff with. Because Disney's been doing a real good job of just letting the creators continue to creating and just fund them.
Yeah, but then we'll somehow need like the Disney launcher or something to be behind a paywall to.
Anyway. You have to sub to the Disney streaming service to play it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, supposedly, we're talking about season 4. They've already said that I think they're planning on doing a season 5 before the next expansion. So definitely pays to just log in to get the stuff. But yeah, hopefully you are having fun. But also from November 23rd through November 26th, the Heart of Thorns Digital Deluxe Upgrade is in the gem store for 1,200 gems. That's 50% off. Now that's important to note. That doesn't like unlock the game for you if you don't have Heart of Thorns. That's just the Digital Deluxe Upgrade. That's the difference. So you would still need to buy the game. This is all the little special mini pets. I think for Heart of Thorns was a glider, title, stuff like that. It's like little in-game things. So it's not the game itself. You're not getting the game itself. And Just like they also have the Path of Fire Digital Deluxe upgrade for 1,200 gems, which is 50% off. Once again, that's just like, instead of buying the collector, like the digital collector's edition thing, if you bought the standard edition, this will upgrade it to that digital with all the mini pets and stuff like that. It does not give you the game. That's important to note.
Confusing at some point.
What's that?
Gets confusing at some point.
Yeah. And then they have the Path of Fire Survival Package, which is 1,260 gems at 30% off, and the Elonian Introductory Package at 1,400 gems, which is 30% off. And I think these are just like little things like maybe bags. I think sometimes they have like Blackline keys in there. There's nothing too major in them. It's just like if you want like a quick little boost, that will help you in a way, but it doesn't, not really pay to win or anything like that in there. Like that. So any thoughts on that stuff that's from the 23rd to the 26th?
Not really, not much.
It's stuff.
Yeah. Some returning items: the Silver Fed Salvage-O-Matic for 500 gems, the Evan Nashblade Decorative Package for 3,000 gems, and the Zephyrite Aspect Helm Pack for 500 gems. So, any of those returning items you'd probably recommend?
Get the Silverfed Salvage-O-Matic. It is effectively the same thing as a master salvage kit, but it costs 70 copper. They actually nerfed the price a while ago. It's worth it. Like, use it to salvage your rares. That's what I do with. I bought the Copperfed Salvage-O-Matic. I use that for my blues and greens. I use the Silverfed Salvage-O-Matic for my rares, and it's a great value for what you get out of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, out of those three, I would say the Silver-Fed Salvage-O-Matic, the Zephyrite Aspect Helm. If you see the Zephyrite helms and you think they're cool looking, then yeah, definitely pick them up. I don't remember what's in the decorative package.
Keys. I think there's an outfit.
Screw it.
Weapons.
Hang my
Skins.
my computer processing. I'll log in to check.
Something like that. That's for the decorative package. Probably some skins, outfit.
Okay, yeah, definitely check out the if they are things that you would want, it'll be worth it. But I think the one thing that really makes it nice and handy, like we were saying before, is the Silver-Fed Salvage-O-Matic, because it just saves you on having to go to the merchant.
If you're going to keep playing the game, it will pay for itself.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to play the game long term, the copper and Silver-Fed Salvage-O-Matics will pay for themselves. Let's see here. Evan Nashblade package promotions. Stop thinking about Nashblade's package, Deo.
Tis the season.
Okay, 3,000 gems, Blackline weapon arsenal. So get a random Blackline weapon skin of a specific type. Makeover pack, 1 total makeover kit and 5 transmutation charges. A Blackline key set, so you can get 10 regular keys and a golden key. Golden keys give you a guaranteed rare drop. You get a Blackline universal outfit ticket, which lets you use this ticket to select your choice of any outfit released before the Haunted Armor outfit.
Oh, okay. That's
not too bad.
And then 2 Dragon's Watch die sets. Double click to receive a Bloodstone, Primordius, Solar, and Lunar, Vibrant, and Jormag die kit.
Okay.
So you get 2 of each of all of those. So 2 Bloodstone, 2 Primordius, etc., etc. The only problem is it doesn't look like they're the choosy ones that we got with our birthdays. So you have to deal with getting the 6 out of 25 chance for that.
Okay. Interesting.
Damn it, Mac.
But you're probably asking yourself, but what can I get for free from the gems? I mean,
nothing usually.
But that's not the case during Black Friday sales. So if you are just watching this live and haven't been keeping up with Guild Wars 2, you probably have missed out on the first 2 days, which you missed out on 1 free heroic booster, which would have been nice to get if you missed it. 2 free Black Lion statuettes, which can come in handy. There's kind of that like new currency for opening Black Lion chests. But today on the 24th, so if you're watching this live, you're still good to go. 5 free transmutation charges, which that's pretty nice. That's nearly a full new look.
Or just play PvP and have infinite transmutation charges.
True. So yeah, see if you're watching this on Sunday and you missed it, just hop into PvP for a little bit. Pretend you're a free to play account.
No, don't.
I could have said AFK. That would just made it worse. No response. But tomorrow, the 25th, you'll be able to get 1 free revive orb, and on the 26th, you'll be able to get 1 free Black Lion miniature claim ticket. So basically, it'll allow you to be able to select a miniature from the Black Lion chest type thing, depending on how much they cost, because some of them will be 1, some are a little bit higher, but you only get 1. So yeah, nice free stuff. Out of all of them, I think yesterday's and today's are probably like the nice, like definitely grab them. Never hurts to have transmutation charges, and the Black Lion statuettes would have been nice type thing.
Yeah, I totally forgot to log in for that.
They'll reset at 9 a.m. Pacific time, if I recall correctly.
Okay, so noon Eastern.
Noon Eastern time, yeah.
Any final thoughts on the gem store in general?
Decent amount of stuff there.
A lot of returning stuff, a lot of stuff on sale. So awesome. Last up, we have Community Corner, and we have been talking, about them in the past, but we are nearing ever closer to the end dates for these. So if you do want these, support community, support charities, even maybe get something for yourself, at least a chance at it. Your time's running out quickly. So first up, we have the Guild Mag Annual. The Guild Mag Annual is here. Let me throw actually the link in chat. And as always, if you do want this and you're watching this on our YouTube thing, link in the description. But it is basically a Guild Wars 2 magazine done by Guild Mag. If people aren't familiar with it, Age has the last year's, which I forget how many times they've done this so far, but it's been a pretty consistent over the last couple years. I know that. It has content from the player base, very high quality. It's but the nice thing is it is actually going towards charity. It basically they're making these at cost. And so, how much is it? 15, I think,
for the content you get. It's a damn good value.
Yeah, and honestly, it's basically the price that's going towards it. I know $5 is going to the charity, and the rest is just the cost it makes to make these. And don't expect to really be able to buy them afterwards. They're really only making as many as they're getting orders for. So definitely, if you are at all interested in it. Beautiful artwork, content from Guild Wars 2 content creators. Like I said, goes to an awesome charity for World Child Cancer. I think all around a good option. And like I said, I think that ends the 4th, I want to say.
Yeah.
So by this time next week, if you're watching this live, pretty much done. So make sure to have they already released this year's content authors. I know they've teased at some. I don't know if they released all of them yet.
This time next week is the 1st, so we still have one more.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking for the next one. My bad. So yeah, you do have till next Tuesday, not this coming up Tuesday. My apologies. But yeah, definitely good cause. High quality content in there, and also the magazine that you are getting. Like I said, I think it's, by looking at the screenshots and seeing like Age and stuff, I think they are better than magazines you would find on a magazine stand. So
yeah, for authors, I know Teapot is one Guild Wars is another one, and I forgot the third one as well. But those are some of the authors that's going to be writing something.
Yeah. But if you are just interested in the digital one, they do release it later as just the digital version. But like I said, if you want the high quality look and feel of it, definitely got to order it through that link soon. Yes, Mighty Teapot is contributing an article about raids. You are correct. And last up we've talked about in the past, Kit the Traveler's legendary contest. So maybe you just hop back into Guild Wars 2. This is a good time to maybe get a leg up into it. She's doing a 20 legendary giveaway, and I'll link to her website here. And that's right, 20 legendary giveaway. If you aren't familiar with what legendaries are, they are the top of the tier. So far, if they've ever raised the quality of gear, they have raised to the top quality. So you'll always be on the cutting edge with these legendary weapons. And you'll be able to switch out the stats, so you don't have to ever like get a new weapon or try to transmute it over to a different stat. Very nice to have legendary weapons. But how are you going to get this, you ask? You can actually get 5 on her Twitch, 5 on Reddit, 5 on Twitter, and 5 on the Guild Wars 2 forums. And you can enter in each method, so you'll have 4 chances to enter, but you can only win 1 time out of those 4. But like I said, that's some pretty nice odds to hopefully get one of the 20 legendaries. So the drawing is going to be December 24th, but the last day to enter is December 1st. So gotta get on that. Like I accidentally said in the last one, by this time next week, it's over. You have no more chances. So this is a great opportunity to maybe get that legendary that you wanted, or
Nonsense.
Now, Mac.
Nonsense. You can always send all of those glorious legendaries to me. My in-game name is Age Night Road. That's with an N, so as in darkness. Yeah. So
Look, no, Age. No one is going to help you with your legendary journey to collect all of them. You have to do this yourself.
I know. That's why I'm not entering this contest, actually, which makes me so sad. But
well, Mac, you're a statistician, so you should know that the odds. We can all say, may the odds be ever in your favor.
But yeah, so hopefully you'll, that'd be cool if someone from here actually won and was like, I got this one. If you do, let us know. But yeah, that looks like that is it for this week. So Jim, where can they find you?
I can be found on Twitter at MelthanusMMO. You can also find me live on twitch.tv/MadRealms every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for Vote to Kick, where we talk about whether to keep or kick things from the gaming industry. And then after that, we've got Zero to Hero, the Talking Script, Guild Wars 2 PvP shenanigans, where I will be playing ranked PvP, probably still on my Hollowsmith.
Awesome. And Age, where can they find you?
Twitch or YouTube at Age Night Road. I was gonna stream Friday, but with the Black Lion Key thing, I kind of have to wait to see what happens, and because I want to do it all one go. I'm not gonna do like one and then like if I get extra time. I'm gonna do it all one go. I'll let you do it. It'll probably be sometime Monday since it's the holiday. Well, weekend. So we'll see how it goes.
Awesome. And you can find me at simply_Dale on Twitch and Twitter. And I actually streamed Wednesday after doing Vote to Kick with Jim, and streamed a little Darksiders. Probably try to play a little bit more of that before Darksiders 3 comes out. Maybe we'll try to do a whole playthrough of all 3. Who knows? But yeah, the holidays kind of did make it tough to have time to stream as well. But yeah, hopefully more streaming from all of us and all that stuff. But if you are popping at the very end, do stick around. We do a bit of an after show. If you do want to see this in full, we do highlight it on Twitch, just twitch.tv/MadRealms, 2 A's in the Mad. But if you do prefer YouTube, we do put that up on our YouTube, youtube.com/MadRealms, 2 A's in the Mad. And that goes up on Sundays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. But if you do want maybe the audio version, people have asked us about the audio version plenty of times. We have now made an audio version. It is exclusively up on our own website, madrealms.com. That's 2 A's in the mad. That's where we actually put like Vote to Kick, Talking Scrit, and when we hopefully bring out some more shows. So everything can be in one nice little hub for you. But that goes up right around the same time as when we put it up on YouTube. So around Sundays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And if you follow us on Twitter, we usually tweet it out. If you do at Mad Realms, or as you see up there at Talking Scrit, we usually tweet from both, at least with the Guild Wars 2 stuff. But that looks like that is it for this week. And like I said, stick around for our after show. And as always, we'll see you in the game. Good night, everybody.